Welcome to a new episode of the Landlord Tenant Show and other stuff with Miss Arindy and Miss Keita. And today's episode, we're going to be talking about renovations. Who can you trust? So, in that, I know, like myself and other people who are renovating homes and have bought properties, you try to get a team together to try to make sure you get your stuff done because you want it done in a certain time frame. With that being said, in getting these people, you got to really find someone to trust. So a lot of times what I do, I try to get referrals from people I know that actually do the work, or they know people who do the work and has done good work. Still, because I am a woman, and I'm not trying to be sexist, but sometimes women can't always get the results. But I've known where some men don't get the results they need, and they are renovating homes as well. I just know it's kind of hard to build a team and trust people to do the work for the value that they're asking for when I don't know how to put it, but it's like you trying to get the work done consistently, done right, in an orderly fashion, and yet you have people who are sitting there, oh yeah, they'll charge you an arm and a leg and give you crap for the results. Like, how does that even work? I don't know. Chime in, Randy, because I think I'm about to get in my feelings.
It sounds like it.
I know.
Are you okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
It sounds like something stemming from experience.
Man, I don't even want to talk about it, but moving on.
Well, first of all, I know that you have to do your homework. I need to see work. When you go apply for a job, they want a resume. In the construction world, we need to see pictures, videos, something.
In other words, have a portfolio of your work.
Yeah. And you have to stop dealing with people that are not worth it. Because at the end of the day, you feel like you're getting a deal and you're not. Because you're going to have to revisit that situation all over again.
Yeah. Which is what we're not trying to do. Like, do it right the first time. I don't understand why we can't get it right the first time. Now I got to come back to you. For instance, and I'm going to share this little story. Now I had a guy work on my roof. He did a patchwork for me because I needed to get that done. And that was fine. And it seemed like everything was okay until I started seeing water coming down the front of the doggone house. Like, inside, I'm saying inside the house. I'm like, wait a minute, what happened? I thought this was fixed. So I had to call him back out in order to make him fix it. But I find it problematic. Like, why should I have to go to that extent or degree to have you do work that you've already done that should have been done right the first time? I'm just saying.
Well, I do know when it comes down to patching roofs, that's a very tricky thing. Like, most people honestly need to just replace it.
True.
Because water runs so wild. It runs however it want to run. And you can fix one spot, and it's like, okay, now that's leaking. Well, whatever spot you fix, you have to disturb something else to fix it.
True.
The way they're laid,
Yeah.
But, again, we be thinking we getting a deal with these homeboy hookups, and it be a dope fiend job.
She said a dope fiend job.
Yeah.
I've never heard of it that way, but yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. Hurry up and give me the money so I can go. They focused on the money, not creating a portfolio of great work.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I've heard, you say dope fiend, but I've heard people who work on houses, how they'll go in a neighborhood and find them a couple of, excuse my French, crackheads to do clean outs. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. You trying to get the most done for little or nothing. The problem, though, may arise because somebody may sit up. It's like, again, who do you trust? Once you get that house together, are those people going to come back and steal all your stuff out your house?
They might.
It's exactly my point. Like, how do you trust a crackhead? Exactly.
Like, oh, I know where a new furnace. You need a furnace. I know where a furnace is.
They just put that water tank in. Yeah. I know where to get it. We know how to break in and everything. I was there when they changed the locks.
The window open. They asked me to lock all the windows. I unlocked them all. Go in any window you want to.
Right. Like, I know what's in the basement. They got a nice little furnace down there. Yeah, you need that, bro. I get it for you. Crackhead deals. But see, that's the risk you take. All because you don't want to spend the money. And don't get me wrong, I get cutting corners. I get you on a budget. But to what degree, to what extent are you sitting up there cutting those corners and still not getting the results you're looking for? Because at the end of the day, you almost end up spending the money you're supposed to spend the first time, or what you should have spent the first time, in order to get the results you're looking for.
No, you're going to, or you're going to spend more. Yeah, you are.
I don't know.
A simple repair turned into chaos. It happens all the time. Oh, I had these guys come over and paint. Man, they messed my floors up. Now,
right.
Now you gotta do something with the floors.
Yeah. So hopefully they paint before you put those floors down. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Everybody don't schedule themselves accordingly. They don't schedule the repairs accordingly. You have so many people that's so used to putting the cart before the horse that they do that throughout life, period, with everything. You know what I mean? Like, everything. Like, oh, okay, well, I need drywall, plumbing, painting done. Who you gonna send in first?
Ghostbusters?
Right.
I don't know.
You gonna send the plumber in first.
Right.
You know? Because the plumber is not gonna replace your drywall, but they gonna bust some out.
You're right about that. And if you just replace that drywall, now you got to spend more money to replace it again because you didn't get the plumber in there first. Which is why it's kind of good if you're renovating a home. Just say you just got a home that you just bought from whatever for little or nothing. It's kind of good to bust up all those walls necessary in order to make sure if you can get it to bare bones without, breaking your bank.
I was about to say, make sure you can afford that.
Right, without breaking the bank.
Drywall is like $10 or more a sheet.
I know, everything done went up in price, man.
And you be like, oh, I'll just replace all these walls. Tear them all down.
Yeah, like I said, without breaking the bank.
And have an empty vessel.
Right. But, if you're able to do that without breaking the bank and get it to bare bones, and that way you can put the house the way you want to, then it'll ultimately be a good investment because now the plumber can see everything that they need to see without having to bust up any walls and see what needs to be replaced. And I think that's just with anything, even with the electrical wiring and all of that involved, you can get everything necessary for that. I know I have a younger brother. He bought a house over there on the west side, over there off of Grand River, Greenfield area. And he tore down walls and just created his own layout in that house. Now, he bought the house. I think he said he bought it for, 30-some thousand, but he ended up putting about 50 in. So, ultimately about 85,000 he done put into it or whatever. And it was just interesting how he took everything and just made his own layout. He was like, yeah, this used to be a bathroom in this area, but shoot, I tore all that down. I made my bathroom bigger and created another room over here and made this one, because I'm trying to remember how many bedrooms it started out as. But the way he got the bedroom on the main floor and then got like 3 bedrooms on the second floor. It's kind of nice how he did it on his own, but he does construction, so he understands how all of that works and he understands what all of that entails. But it's good to kind of get, if you can, without breaking the bank, get things to bare bones to kind of take a look at what you're dealing with, and that way you don't have to kind of get things busted out unnecessarily and now you got to replace the drywall. Anyway, I yield my mic.
You just gotta I do auditions.
She said I do auditions. Do you give them a script too?
Nope. Freelance.
Really?
Yeah, you say you do drywall, I want you to come in and do this wall. or I'll work you for a day to see where you at.
Okay.
And if you're not where you're supposed to be, then I'm going to pay you for that day and never talk to you again.
Right.
I'm not going to allow you to come to my house for weeks and weeks and weeks and be dragging me by my coattail, half doing everything. Because a lot of times contractors take on so many jobs.
Mm-hmm.
So they spending 20 minutes at your house, 20 minutes at the other house, 20 minutes at that house. And before you know it, they've been working on one room for a whole month. And you're like, sir, when are you going to be done?
Right.
But by this time, you done gave them 30%,
Yeah. But that's the thing. Like, you got to get contractors who at least have that time to dedicate, because I believe that when you're focused on that one project, you're less likely to kind of mess it up. You know what I mean? When you're focused on that one job, that way you're not going to sit there and, wait a minute, what's the numbers on this one? Oh, what's the measurements in this room? Oh, wait a minute. I think I bought the stuff for this one. Nah, I bought it for this one. It's like, no, I need you to get your life together. Make sure you understand the job that you're doing. Be focused on that. If you don't have the time to dedicate to that one job, and I understand people want to make sure they get all the jobs that they can get, but my thing is, focus on the one, get that done. Now you can move to the next one. The person who you got waiting for you, they'll wait. If your work is good, if your work is solid, they'll wait. Because they know if they're getting quality work out of you for a good deal, they're going to wait. They're not going to mind waiting, and they're going to be patient enough to say, you know what, finish that job over there that you're doing. Once you're finished, give me a call. We can go work this out. I'll pay you the money, da-da-da-da-da. But I think, people who do all that, oh, I'm doing this over here, over there, is just, I don't know. I just don't think that's good business.
It's done a lot, though.
Yeah, but it's not good business.
Not just that's just how it runs. It's not even just in construction. You got to think about it. You go to the doctor's office, your appointment was at 9. So was everybody else's.
Don't tell me about that.
Okay?
It's like the hair appointment. Like, why do you overbook?
So everybody's appointment is at 9 o'clock. It's only that one doctor. So, sir, are you going to call us all in there at once? So, ultimately, it's first come, first serve. And now, you got there at 9:01, but he's not going to see you until 11 o'clock. You know what I mean?
But that is that's monopolizing my time. And see, my thing is, when it comes to stuff like that, I don't even know why I should even stay here and keep you as my doctor.
Exactly.
Because, my thing is, and that's like you said, that's with anything. Like, when you get on flights and they're overbooked. Like, why are you doing that with the assumption of whatever? Like, are you really caping for that dollar that strongly to the point where you're going to overbook just to make sure what? Mm-hmm. Like, but to me, that's just not good business. And I don't get this mentality. And it's bothersome to have a mentality that you got to sit here and do all these things to try to make sure I get that bag. To what degree? But to me, it's where's the quality? That's all I'm saying. Where's the quality of the work? Where's the quality of the professionalism when it comes to those things? Because at the end of the day, something is going to lose out. You overbooking, so something loses out. And the person who is looking to you to give them that quality service, you're not able to give it to them because you're stretched out so thin between them and 12 other people, 20 other people, 100 other people. That's just not good business. I know that's a practice that people do. It's not the best way to me to get your work done in a quality setting. I don't get it. Maybe it's just me. I don't know.
It's not. You are not alone.
All right, Michael Jackson.
You're not alone, Lakita.
Man, people will frustrate you if you're not careful when it comes to those kind of things. And that's why I'm saying, who do you trust with the good business? Because I'm going to tell you, integrity of your business is going to win all the time. Because why? People are going to call. And like I said, when you're giving that quality work, whoever is your next client, trust me, when they know you have good work and you have good work ethics and you have integrity, they will wait. They do not have a problem waiting for you to get to them when you finish a job. And my thing is, it's better to me for you to focus on that one job. And I know I'm repeating myself, but I feel like it needs to be repeated again because some people just don't understand. And they so quick to try to get that dollar. And I'm going to tell you, all money ain't good money. And I'm sorry. You sit up here worrying about getting paid. You need to be worried about the work to get paid because your quality work is going to speak for itself for the next person. And if it ain't got that quality work going on and I'm about to cuss and I'm trying not to cuss, and your work is trash, who's calling you? Who's really calling you? Because the thing about it is, the work you're doing is based off of referrals. Who's referring you then? If you don't even have the integrity. If your work is not quality. Right. If your work is not even quality. So who's calling you? Girl, don't call him. He be stretched too thin. Girl, he be working on 5 and 10 houses. Girl, it took him like 2 months to do my bathroom. You know how folk talk. And the thing about it is, they're quick to tell the negative about you than they are the positive. So, usually I'm trying to conceptualize this mindset, and I'm just having a problem. Like, my brain will not do it. It makes no sense to me. Not at all. But I yield my mic.
Wow.
Why you shaking your head, Randy? She has no words, people. She just has no words.
No, because you're right. You're right. The integrity is at the all-time low when it comes to a lot of contractors. Everybody do drywall, paint, and all floors, and no, they don't. You want the money, but what you need to do is perfect your craft. And if you perfect your craft, you'll get paid for that craft. No one would mess with no one else. You hear me? I have people waiting patiently, because I don't do that. I don't cross jobs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear you. But you're not supposed to.
Well, a lot of people do, though, Lakita. Some people have to.
What you mean have to? I don't understand that either. Why do they have to?
You take your car to a mechanic.
Mm-hmm.
You need a tie rod. Another girl came in at the same time. She just need an oil change. They have to order your part. So they're going to go ahead on and do the oil change and get that oil change money while they wait on your part.
I get that. That makes sense to me.
It's the same in construction.
What parts we ordering?
You may need more supplies than the next person, or your job may require more steps. Like, for instance, a lot of people feel like, oh, I just need the house painted. You hear people say that. I just need it painted. No, you don't, ma'am. No, you don't. I can't just paint over all these dents, nicks, cracks, chips, because that's what it's going to look like. And then you're going to talk about my work.
So now I got to go back and mud and
I got to mud
and smooth things over.
After I mud, I got to let that dry.
Right.
I got to step back. So I'm not about to sit here and wait a whole day or two for your mud to dry and not jump on something else. I got to keep the bag rolling.
Okay, so I get that.
Instead of educating their clients, they don't.
So now we're talking about a lack of communication.
Yes. They don't let you know in advance, like, okay, you need more than just paint. They may say that, but they don't tell you the steps. They don't walk it through with you. Like, the drywall, the mud, the sanding,
Yeah.
the priming, and then the paint, which is all the way back here next week. Okay?
Right.
So just doing this one room may take them a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I hear
But
you.
they don't communicate that. You thinking, oh, they gonna come in, paint this room, this little room, this ain't nothing, woo. That's not true. It's not true. They'll be back next week.
Because they had to go through the steps.
Because they have to go through necessary steps. But they don't educate the clients. You know what I mean?
But shouldn't that come when you're doing an estimate? If I'm coming to paint your wall, and I see you got these cracks, dents, and whatnots and things, I'm not going to just say, oh, we're just going to paint and it's going to take this time. I'm going to explain to you, well, you see this dent here. That's the way it's supposed to go. But shouldn't that be done at estimation? That way.
Yes, it should be.
Okay.
It should be. It should be done at estimation. But also, a lot of jobs, you end up finding out stuff later. You know what I mean? Like, you may say, okay, I just got a leak on this sink. It's just a leak. Oh, okay. Well, I come out, and it's more than a leak.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, well, we gonna change this faucet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you need a new faucet, ma'am. The faucet is rusted out.
Right.
You need a new faucet. Well, then I get down there and start taking the loose pipes. You got galvanized pipes. And the way galvanized is, one turn into the other. You loosen that make, okay, ma'am, now you need 6 pipes. I'm sorry, but these pipes are all rusted out in the inside. You know how you go in people's house and they got low water pressure?
Yeah.
Those pipes are rusted out. They probably have old pipes. But then they'll turn around and be like, oh, I'm just going to replace the faucet.
But that's not fixing the problem, though.
It's not fixing the problem. Now you mad because your $200 job
has turned into probably about $700-800.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it be on the clients too, because you don't have that $700-800.
Well, you didn't anticipate that $700-800.
Exactly. Because you felt like, you just had low water pressure. It was just the faucet.
Right.
No. This problem is stemming all the way from the water meter. Okay? So it really be a lot of lack of communication. And integrity is a real big part too. Because a lot of people look at the fact that you a woman, and be ready to take advantage.
Exactly. But my thing is, along with integrity, I think, that communication piece. Don't be afraid to be honest. You know what I mean?
You have to.
You have to. Because you're working on somebody's stuff.
I'm always like, listen, you want these walls painted, but they're nasty. I can't just paint over that. Or you're going to see it. You're going to see the grease marks.
Why it gotta be grease marks?
I'm just saying. We're talking about the kitchen right now. And you want to tell your friends, I painted it. But I done told you, ma'am, this need to be cleaned. Now, if I have to clean it, hey.
That's additional.
That's additional. Need to be primed.
Mm-hmm.
You could buy the primer and the paint. Oh, that paint is expensive. I thought the paint was going to be like $20 a gallon. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, if you needed just paint.
Yeah, no, they don't come in like that.
You need more than paint, man.
I haven't even seen a $20 paint, so
Yeah, miracle.
Yeah.
And then that $20 paint gonna have me coming over here 2 times. So I gotta paint it, let it dry. Oh, it done bled through. I'll be back. I gotta come back, put another coat on that. Now you mad at me. Because you felt like I could just come paint your kitchen and just be done. No, ma'am. You bought $20 paint. Okay? And it's like doing the job twice.
And that takes, painting is a lot. Painting is a lot. So I commend anybody who does those jobs. But you know what? Any job in construction or any type of renovation, I commend you if you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing, I commend you. Because at the end of the day, I want to see the best results that you can bring me instead of you not communicating, hey, I don't know how to do this. I'd rather you tell me you don't know how to do it. That way I can find somebody who knows how to do it. I'd rather you be honest about your business instead of sitting here trying to get one over me, and then now I got to try to get my money back to some degree. And see, my thing is, I don't want to have to crack heads, but I feel that way. I'm just being honest. I mean, I don't want to have to crack heads, but at the same time, I will put your name out there so bad. And to me, I'm not even that much known, but I know people who know people. I will put your name out there and make sure you don't get the business, because you're not bringing me the integrity and the results I need from that integrity that you so-called have. So I'm a little confused.
Yeah, never be afraid to pass a job. Sometimes you have to pass jobs. Like, yeah, I don't have the time for this. This is a project.
Right.
Okay? This is a whole, I'm going to need a whole crew. And you're not willing to pay me for a whole crew. Because you're not just paying me, I got to pay the help too.
Right. So question. When you're doing renovations for properties, like you're setting them up for renters to come in, how long does that take you?
It depends on what the property needs.
Okay.
If it's just painting, cleaning,
like somebody just moved out, that's probably
Yeah. You're gonna do the move out clean, and then you're gonna paint it. It may need a couple of light fixtures replaced.
Mm-hmm.
I try not to be in the house no more than 2 weeks.
Okay.
I try not to be in there more than 2 weeks.
Okay.
But then again, it depends. If they don't tore up the whole cabinet base, and my client want to get the cabinets from Menards,
Save big money.
Exactly. Menards might have them on back order.
True.
Okay. And then you got so many different hands in it. The electrician, the plumber,
Right.
the painters, the person that's doing the floor, the carpet guy. You just got to schedule yourself accordingly to make sure you in and out. And see, my problem is, well, I'm not going to say my problem. I'm a stickler on everything being move-in ready.
Right.
That's the name of my company, Unit Ready. So when I walk away, I want that unit to be ready. I don't want your tenants to be calling you like, there ain't no screens in this window. Now, I'm going to present everything to the client, but it's up to you as a landlord to do it.
Right.
Some landlords don't find stuff important. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
Like I can all day long I can give you a list. Lakita, you need this, you need this, you need this, you need a pole in the closet. It's just be like little simple crazy stuff that I see, and I be like, so this person was living here and could never hang their clothes up. Why? Or this person was living here and the doors was gone off the drawers. You just be surprised, This person was living here and this carpet is this nasty. Like, certain things I wouldn't wait on my landlord. I would get it done.
Right.
Let me get this carpet clean because the carpet was clean when I moved in, Lakita. Which goes back to, people leaving stuff thinking they doing you a favor or something like, here, you want this broke down dresser? No, thank you. Please take it with you. I don't want it.
Now, that was last week's show.
I know.
Just the move out.
It just goes back.
Goes back to the move out.
Yeah, it goes back. It's hand in hand.
Yeah. Well, so
integrity.
Integrity is always needed. Make sure you communicate the needs as well as what is necessary, which is same as needs, in regards to getting a property up to par when you're doing any type of renovations. It's always necessary. And if you can't do the job, just say you can't do the job. If you don't have the skill to do the job, then say you don't have the skill to do the job. At the end of the day, the bag should not be more important than your skill. The bag should not be more important than your integrity. That's the way it should be. And that's the way it should end. That way you still have a good rapport with the people that you're talking to. Because maybe you can't do this job over here, but you know how to do this over here. Whatever that may be. But your integrity is going to win all. And trust me, that's priceless. You can't buy that. You have to have that. And you must have it in order to continue any type of business. Because otherwise, that bad news, the things that people don't like about you and the things that you do, trust and know, word gets around very, very fast. And the business you thought you had, trust me, will diminish in seconds. It will disintegrate. And you'll be looking stupid. Sit up here like, well, I can't get this job. I don't understand what happened. Because your integrity. You suck. Bottom line. And I need you to understand your suckness and get that integrity so you can get your business back. Okay. All right. That's the end of our show. And yes, thanks for participating and listening to the Landlord Tenant Show and other stuff with Miss Keita and Miss Arendi. You guys have a great day.